Welcome to Cherry Blossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman, and this is a half-hour Hatha Yoga class for beginning and continuing students. If you have any questions or would like further information about yoga, please contact me through the website for the station, www.mmctv.org, and click on the contact page. Thank you. You won't need any special equipment for this class. However, it's good to work on an exercise mat or a sticky mat. You can work right on your rug if you wish, or on a hard floor. Be sure to dress in loose, comfortable clothing, and if you've eaten a large meal, be sure to wait about an hour and a half to 2 hours before doing any inverted postures where you fold over. And if you're seated on a couch and your mobility is limited, remember you can still join in with the breathing, which is the essential part of Hatha Yoga, is the deep abdominal breath. You could join in with some of the arm movements, maybe seated, some of the leg movements, but that's not what it is the most important. The most important part is to become in touch with your breath and realize how it affects your body and your mood and your emotions, your thinking, and this happens over time. So please join me now. We are going to do some standing postures in a series of movements called a vinyasa. This one is called Chandra Namaskar, Salute to the Moon. So as it suggests, this is a nice series of movements to do before bed. But I want you to get just a little bit warmed up, because I don't know if you've been moving around before you turn this class on. So let's bring the fingertips to the shoulders, elbows together, and drawing big circles in the air. Take your time. Exhaling, tightening your belly muscles. Inhaling, relaxing your belly muscles. Exhaling, the shoulders lower, the elbows come forward. Inhale, lift up. Deep breath in, exhaling. So this begins to stretch and open up the neck and shoulder area, the muscles between the shoulder blades. Gets the circulation going, it lubricates the shoulder joints. And now we'll reverse, which feels a little bit odd, doesn't it? Exhaling, the elbows come together. It's a longer exhalation. Bring the elbows way back, and here you breathe in and exhale. And one more time around, and bring the elbows together, bring the palms together. And I know a lot of people can't do this because I see it in my classes, but reaching up as much as you're able, forearms together, palms together, exhaling, lower down. Inhale straight up, reaching up through the fingertips, and exhale. Inhaling only through the nose, exhaling either through the nose or through the mouth. Lower the hands in front of you, have your fingers loosely interlaced. Inhale, inhale, turn the palms up and push, and exhale. Let the arms float down. Feel the tension drain off the neck and shoulders. And once more. Fingers interlaced in front of you, standing tall and strong in the mountain pose. Inhaling up. Press the palms upward. Release the hands with control. You could let the hands sink. Gravity pulls the shoulders and the arms and the hands down. And once more, inhaling up. Palms up. Exhaling, the arms separate. And let's bring this into a chair pose. So with the arms still at shoulder height, bring them so they're parallel to each other. Press down through your heels. You should not be balancing on the balls of your feet. And if you feel that your shoulders are reaching forward, just roll them back, let them drop into place. And this helps stimulate the thigh muscles, helps strengthen the muscles around the knees. Breathing. And then slowly straighten the legs and lower the arms. So standing with the feet hip distance apart, knees slightly bent, just walk the hands down the legs and come down as far as you can. Tuck the chin in and let the back of the neck stretch because you'll feel gravity pulling your head down. So now you're beginning to get, I'm loosening up. It's coming down to the floor. So at first the muscles are kind of tight, and as you relax in the posture, make sure you're warm enough though. No bouncing, no jerking. Little by little, your upper body and head, everything will start sinking downward. Now place your hands on your legs, keeping your chin tucked in. Walk your hands up the legs, tuck the pelvis under, uncurl the shoulders, stand tall, and breathe. Scan your body. Even with this just little bit of focusing on the stretching and the lengthening of the spine, the rotation of the shoulders, you'll feel a little bit different, a little bit more energized. So we'll go through salute to the moon, and it's done in two halves which really mirror each other and each one brings you back to center. My students really love this, and so do I. So we're starting with the hands at the hips or at the hip hinges. Either one is fine. And I'm going to call out what hand I'm using actually, even though it's reverse of you, so I don't get confused in the middle. So inhaling, the right arm comes up, the palm is inward, and exhaling, lean a bit to the left. You're pressing down with the outside foot, the right foot, just a little bit, and then inhale, center, and exhale. Let the arm float down and return to the hip. Inhaling, the left arm comes up, alongside of the cheek or the ear, lean a bit to the side and reach. Inhale back to center and exhale, lowering the arm, returning the hand to the hip. Both arms now, hands flat against the body, bend the knees slightly, breathe in, bring the hands up over the shoulders, arch backward slightly without dropping your head back. Now keeping your back as flat as possible. Bend the knees deeper and deeper, hinging from the hip hinges. And then coming down with the knees bent, chin tucked in, we're going to press upward and take a big step to the right. This is called star posture. So from here we move into triangle. The feet pivot to the right, the hip moves to the left, the shoulders glide to the right, and folding over, right hand inside of the knee. You can either look down at your hand or up at the left hand and press the feet into the floor as if you can push the floor away. Then inhale back to center, back to star. The feet are forward. The feet now pivot to the left. The hip juts right, the shoulders glide left, and into triangle again. Reaching up, the palms are forward. You can look down if you wish. Now keep this right arm up in the air and inhale back to center and turn all the way to the right so that you're facing the end of your mat. Now your right foot is not in front of your left. It's to the side. Your feet are still hip distance apart. Check the shoulders. They should be loose and soft. Breathe in and exhale. Now the front leg is almost all the way straight. Now I'm sweeping the arms out like wings, bringing the shoulders back above the hips. The palms come up to face each other. And then I turn 180 degrees and pivot around, however, whatever works for you. Remember, check the distance between the 2 feet. Breathe in and exhale, folding over again, sweeping the arms out. Palms turn up, they face each other as you come to center. Turn back to the front. You're going to move the right foot in, and you are at the beginning posture. So pause and breathe. So now depending on how fast you do Chandra Namaskar, you could make it an aerobic exercise by doing it really quickly. You can do a very slow, thoughtful, aware series of movements which might affect you going into a deeper state of relaxation. So it's good to try it at different paces. Now for the other side, the right arm comes up, inhale, and exhale, lean left. Inhale, center, and exhale, the arm floats down. At shoulder height, the palm turns down and the hand returns to the hip. Inhale, left arm up, and exhale, and inhale, center, and release. Both arms, palms facing each other, knees bent. Little bit of a back bend. It's just real tiny, lifting the collarbone. And then exhale, coming down, knees bend very deeply. You're going to press your feet into the mat and take a big step left, bringing you into star. Pivoting the feet left, the hips jut right, you're coming into triangle. Inhaling back to center, the feet pivot to the right, hips jut left and fold over into triangle. And keeping the left arm up, turn to the front and take a step in, bringing the left leg in, you're back in center. So completing the 2 halves, you have completed an entire salute to the moon. Okay, let's try it again. Hands on your hips, standing tall in Tadasana, left arm goes up, inhaling, exhaling, lean. Inhale, center, and the left arm floats down, turning palm down at shoulder height, the hand returns to the hip. The shoulders are relaxed and your neck is free. Right arm up, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale back to center, exhale. Both arms, knees slightly bent, lifting the collarbone, letting your eyes look up. Now exhale, hinge forward, take a big step to the right into star, feet pivot to the right, and you're in triangle. Inhaling back to center, the feet pivot to the left, the hip juts right, and you fold in triangle. Right arm stays up, left arm faces, palms face each other, turn all the way to the right. Breathe in and exhale, hinging forward. Sweep the arms out like giant wings, palms turn up. They come up to face each other, turn 180 degrees to the other end of your mat. Breathe in and exhale. Again, folding over, sweeping the arms out, bringing them up above your shoulders, turn to center, and bring the right foot in and stand and breathe. Right arm up, inhaling and exhaling, leaning left, inhaling center, exhaling, arm floats down. Left arm up as you breathe in, exhale as you lean right, inhale center and exhale, and the arm floats down. Bend your knees, sweep the arms up, a little bit of the back bend, looking up without dropping your head, and folding over. This is a big step to the left. So you can see my feet are a little bit farther apart this time. So you might want to try a big step or a small step. And triangle pose. And back to center. Feet pivot right, hip juts left, glide. And back into triangle. Leave your left arm up. Come back to center. Now you move the left foot in. Back into Tadasana, mountain pose with hands at the hips. Bring the hands to your heart. Pause and breathe. Standing tall. Pressing down firmly through the soles of your feet, allowing your shoulders to relax and rest. Your breath to flow into your body easily and smoothly, and to leave your body, taking all the stale air out. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll return to Cherry Blossom Yoga in just a moment.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day, more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. Learn more at hsf.net.
Welcome back to Cherry Blossom Yoga. Please join me on the floor, and if you're seated, that's just fine. We're going to do some hip openers first. So the legs are out straight, and you just roll on the heels, point the toes in, and then out. So this helps lubricate the hip joints. And then we're going to sit with the soles of the feet together, seated angle pose, and pull the heels in very close to the perineum. Fingers loosely wrapped around the lower toes, and then what happens to most people, they kind of get caught up in their shoulders. So you have to move the shoulders around a little so you can lift your breastbone and collarbone. And I'm pressing down with the outsides of my feet and quickly raising and lowering the knees. This is called the butterfly. More hip opening. This is kind of fun, actually. And then holding on with one hand, I place the other hand right where the calf comes to the thigh. Breathe in. And exhale, put a little bit of pressure on that leg. Again, opening up the hip joint and the groin. And then come back together to center, switching hands, breathe in. And pressing the other leg away. Relax the shoulders, press down through your sit bones, and try to avoid collapsing, letting your back curve. You want to keep that nice, long, tall posture. And back to center, exchanging arms again, or hands. Place the elbow on one leg and let the weight of your head sink down onto your hand. Move the shoulders a little and then breathe in and out, and allow the knees to separate a little bit more. And then inhale back to center, exchanging hands, and the elbow inside of the thigh, your head sinking down onto your hand, and relaxing, softening in the posture. And then both hands again around the lower toes. See if you can come forward and bring the elbows outside of your legs. So, changing my position, I would like to add a little movement to this. And we're going to come forward, hands wrapped around the lower toes, elbows to the outside of the shins. This is your exhalation. Inhaling, the knees come up. Your hands are on the shins, placed below the knees, and then you roll back into a cat stretch. Your head is forward, the back of your neck feels a really nice stretch. And then inhaling, roll up right onto the sit bones, drop the knees apart, soles of the feet together, hands around the lower toes and the elbows outside of the shins. Long exhalation. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, roll back. Now try to pull your belly down. Pull the navel down toward the spine. Inhaling, sit up straight. Coming forward, knees separate. Then going at your own pace. And you'll feel the back muscles becoming more elastic. You'll get just a little bit more arching to the back, and it becomes a little bit smoother. Remember to sit tall for your in-breath, and then exhale. Rather than curling in, you want to keep the back of your neck lifted so that you can keep your spine long. Inhaling up. Exhaling, roll back. And come to center. Tucking one leg underneath. Take a hold of the other foot right above the ankle bone and shake the tension off that foot as if it were water droplets you were shaking off. Then we're going to put both hands behind the knee, aim the knee toward the shoulders, sit tall, and lift the ankle up as high as the knee. And then there's an ankle rotation. And reverse. And then a big circle in the air with the big toe. Careful of your knee. Some knees don't feel good going at an angle like this. And reverse the direction. And then ending with the ankle as high as the knee. Tighten up your quadriceps. Flex the foot really hard, pushing the heel outward, pointing the big toe back toward the knee. If you can do this, no hands, and release. I'm going to turn on a little bit of an angle when I do the other side. Now I'm tucking the other leg in Hands behind the knee, sitting tall, trying to bring the breastbone forward, lining the knee up with the shoulder, heel up as high as the knee, and then the ankle rotation. And reverse. And then a big circle in the air. Drawing the big circle with your big toe. And reversing the direction. And then flex the foot, bringing the heel as high as the knee. Try to keep bringing your breastbone forward. And then a strong thigh, a flexed foot. If you can do this, fine. If you need to hold on still, that's okay. But aim the breastbone forward as the knee moves back toward the shoulder, trying to keep your spine straight. A lot to do. Breathe in and release. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Let's take a moment to breathe deeply. And exhale completely. See if you can set aside a little time each day to breathe deeply, to be quiet, to re-energize your body, mind, and spirit.